flaming bog.
Morning.
That's it. Go on, have some more then.
Usually give your birds that much feed.
Just that one there.
Get that fat, it won't be off the ground, never mind fly.
Fancy.
You see, its body weight is related to its wingspan. Now, if one or the other isn't quite right, well, it won't perform efficiently.
You seem to know a lot about pigeons.
No, not really, just aerodynamics.
Is that a fact?
You see, I wanted to be a fighter pilot. Well, till my eyes went wonky, through reading all the Ornborough books in bed with a flash lamp.
You are just the man.
Hey?
Look, I'm racing these pigeons this afternoon, and I need somebody, don't I? I need somebody I can trust to take them out to, say, like, Eaton Park and let them go.
You don't race pigeons in winter, do you?
Couple of quid in it.
Done.
Slip round here when you're finished.
Right.
Come on, then. Who's going to be a little Led Zeppelin, then?
See you later.
Hey.
Hey, am I late? I'm sorry. I did hear you calling me, but I must have dropped off again. Mind you, it were worth it. I had this dream about Nick Rhodes. You know him from Duran Duran.
If Mavis had dropped off again, there'd been no morning papers for anybody, would there?
I said I was sorry.
Being sorry doesn't run a shop, which is what you're supposed to be helping Mavis to do.
I thought that's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah, of course you are, love, and I'm very grateful. Take no notice of me.
Never do I?
Not really, no. Sharon, when you worked with Len, did you do any jobs Bolton way?
Not that I remember. He could have, though. He didn't tell me everything he got up to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Huh?
What did he get up to?
Note. Well, not in that way.
I phoned that number last night, that Bolton number. A woman answered.
So, Len did do a job at Bolton at some time or other, and she was the customer.
Then why did she hang up on me?
She never paid a bill, did she? Well, Len had a list of bad debts as long as his arm. Well, you know yourself he did, Rita.
Look at it. 25 to 9 and not a stitch in sight. I blame you for this, you know, Emily.
Me, Mr. Baldwin?
Yeah, you. You shouldn't have given them their Christmas club until Friday, the day before the break. That's what they're thinking about out there, you see. What to spend it on. Went to buy a £20 turkey or a crate of champagne. You shouldn't give that lot diversions.
But I couldn't possibly have held it back till Friday, Mr. Baldwin. They wouldn't have had time to spend it then.
I think all holidays should be kept secret and spring it on them the day before. That way they wouldn't go into a stupor days beforehand.
Even Christmas?
Yeah, even Christmas.
Scrooge.
Is it right, Mr. Baldwin, you know that you're going to dress up as Father Christmas this year and go around factory with a sack full of presents?
Oh, you see, I heard he was going to have this little grotto made so he could sit in it.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of going around with a machine gun. Now, let's get back to work, for Pete's sake. Otherwise, you will have had 2 weeks' holidays, next week's and this week.
Oh, have you never heard of Spirit of Christmas, Mr. Baldwin?
I've heard of it, yes, but I find it very difficult to have any. When the bills keep coming in, your supervisor lets you down, some of you have tantrums and quit. Christmas, a season of goodwill. You've got to be joking.
Have you really packed in, Elsie?
Yes, love, I have. Why, yeah, you kept that quiet, didn't you?
Well, she keeps a lot quiet, don't she? Like sniffing after the supervisor job.
Oh, belt up, Vera. At least I've done it. And tried. You never have. You couldn't supervise Nick as a spoon race, you couldn't.
At least I don't go crawling to the boss when a mate leaves, setting she jacks it in. You must be power mad, you.
It's about time to be looking for work, isn't it, Elsie? I mean, just after Christmas.
As a matter of fact, love, I have got something lined up.
Oh, aye? Where? Somewhere in the city? More like sweeping up in a poodle parlour.
Now, look, Vera, I've told you, shut your mouth or else I'll shut it for you.
Oh, yes, you and whose army?
Me and my army.
Vera, that's enough.
Aye, after all, it is Christmas.
Well,
I always get very depressed on Christmas.
Oh, shut up. Boxing Day I don't like. By the decorations look tatty.
it's all right. It's all right. Flaming better for me.
There you go. Last box of crackers in the shop. It's a lovely Christmas present, that. In fact, I'll go as far as to say it's a cracker.
They're expensive, I'll tell you that. Still, what isn't at Christmas? Do you know what my husband says about Christmas? He says it's a capitalist contract to keep the working class poor and humble. He's dead right.
You try and be merry and bright.
Yes, well, I think perhaps you try a bit too hard, Sharon.
Well, Christmas comes but once a year.
It isn't a happy time for everybody. I mean, think about poor Rita. How's she going to feel this Christmas?
Yeah. And she keeps making it worse by going on about that phone number she found in Len's pocket. It's like becoming an obsession with her. Are you doing anything special this weekend?
No, nothing.
Oh, what about this fellow Rita said you had? Victor, is that his name?
Yes, but he goes skiing at Christmas. He's one of these very active men.
Oh, why didn't you go with him?
Oh, no, thank you. I never have liked snow. It's cold and it's wet. I think it's because boys were always putting snowballs down my neck when I was a girl.
Oh, that's supposed to be a right load of laughs.
Well, I didn't find it very funny.
Hello.
What are you doing here again? You only emptied bins yesterday.
Did I? Yes, I did. I know I did. But with it being Christmas...
Dear.
What's up?
Christmas, we're trying not to mention it.
Oh, well, with it being the unmentionable time of the year, I thought you might have more rubbish. More rubbish to what you usually have.
In one day?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't.
Oh.
So, would you like to buy something instead?
Well,
hey, do you like love stories?
Not
Here, Auntie's Midnight Visitor. It's marvellous. Come on, it's only 20 pence. You've got 20 pence, haven't you? Thank you. Anything else?
No,
right,
but...
ta-ra, come again.
Ta-ra.
Sharon, that was very cruel. When he only came in to see you, that business about the rubbish was just an excuse.
Oh, well, he's a right wally. No, it's Terry Duckworth I fancy.
It's all fixed for 1 o'clock.
I'm tied up here then, aren't I?
Oh, you're welching, aren't you? Look, your bet's forfeit if your bird's a non-runner.
Non-flyer.
You what?
Well, pigeons don't run, do they? They fly. Horses, they run.
I know pigeons fly.
Well, you said that... Oh, forget it. Doesn't matter. It was a joke.
Well, it's not funny, Terry. I've got money invested here.
Yeah, me mum's money.
Oh, but it's a partnership, innit? And we're married. That's what marriage is all about. Look, it's 1 o'clock and out.
Hang about a minute. Well, it's not very busy in here, this dinner, is it?
No, Fred, you can't skive off to raise your pot-chested sparrow.
Well, I don't have to ask you, Lynch, do I? I'm taking the time off anyway, so you can like it or lump it.
Ditto.
Ditto to what?
Fred's being unruly again.
Smack across the nose with a rolled-up newspaper, do you think?
We could always get him a choke chain.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it when I saw it on. Which one of you two's going to buy us a drink, man?
Sorry, my love, I just dropped into a bite for a bite to eat. Run off my feet and running them lucky drunks about that can't afford to drive. See you, Fred.
Well, you will my pigeon.
Pigeon?
Just an expression, my love. Like, never mention green peas when you're talking to a duck.
Just an expression. What a card your jacket ain't. And a mug.
What's going off, Arthur?
I know what's not going off here. I'm not getting a drink. 2 lagers, please, Bet.
Do you know, I thought you'd never ask. I asked you a question, Arthur.
Well, all I can say is, you know that present he was going to buy you with that 10 quid he bought us?
Yeah, well, what about it?
Well, it's all in the air, ma'am. Ta-ra.
Do you know he's getting as daft as his dad, him?
Well, you know what they say here, like father, like son.
Well, God help him, and God help me and all. Sorry I can't make it any more than 84.
84? Sorry, I can't either.
Not heard that rhyme, then? Christmas is coming, strike up the band, please put a tip in the barmaid's hand.
I'm sorry, love, I can't hear you. I hope Elsie's here. Elsie, like a drink?
No, love, I've just nipped in for a quick one, that's all.
See, she won't even have a drink with us now, the stuck-up bitch.
I wonder why, Vera.
Can you feel a sharp pain in the middle of your back?
Eh?
Vera's giving you some lovely black loops.
I'd be very surprised if she was smiling at me.
Oh, workers fighting each other.
I am no longer a worker over there, at least I won't be after next week.
Did you take the plunge, then? Have you got something better lined up?
Yeah, I did. You know we were talking about the Newtons and the breweries coming here some weeks ago.
Don't remind me. Fred did his Cary Grant act with Sarah Ridley, and she left here looking very haunted.
I remember. Well, you know I was mentioning about George Newton yesterday.
And?
Well, I went to see him, and he said to phone him back, so I did. And I've got the job. I can start at the Tropicana any time I want. Cheers.
Cheers. The Tropicana?
Yeah.
Don't you know him?
What's up with it?
It's a dive, Elsie. Even I'd be pushed to go in there, and you know me, I'm not very particular. Especially when my night off falls on a wet Monday, I can get to feel very desperate.
Oh, blasted.
Have you actually given your notice in at Baldwin's?
Yes, I am.
Well, you could always ask for it back.
With that lot.
She's paying.
Right. Now you know what you got to do, don't you? When I let you go, flap them things at your side like mad and switch on your radar. And you'll be home before you can coo. 1, 2, 3. Go on. Go on, out you go. And don't forget to turn left at the M602. Come on, Jimmy. You don't want us to have too much of a start, do you? Jimmy, what's wrong with you? Oh, heck. He's dead.
Yeah, I nearly got engaged twice while I was over in Germany.
Honest?
Yeah. There's this one girl. My dad was like a baron or something. She had loads of money. She used to pick me up outside the camp in a white Mercedes.
Why didn't you snap her up then?
Well, her mum started fancying me, didn't she? Got a bit confusing, didn't it? Because they both sounded the same on the phone.
I never know when to believe you. Why did you leave the army?
Couldn't have afforded a Porsche on the money they was paying me now, could I?
You want a Porsche, do you?
Yeah. I'm part way to having one already.
You're not.
I am, you know. I've got the brochure.
Oh, well, thump you, Terry Duckworth, if you're not careful. Are you, doing anything special at Christmas, like?
Yeah, very likely.
Oh.
Be good now.
Hey, you've not paid me for that magazine.
I thought you'd given it me.
There.
I'm just going to pop to Rita, see how she is. Do you hear me, Sharon?
Yeah, all right.
Well, can you manage on your own?
Yes, I can manage on my own. I managed on my own at Sheffield, and I had to look after 50 dogs there, not bits of paper.
I'm only asking.
Should have been back long since.
Ah, he's let him go near the flaming gun club. He's not a full shilling, that curly, you know. He's like Yates was.
All he had to do was open the flaming basket. Hang on, what's that? Where have you flaming been, you?
Eaton Park, where do you think?
Oh, you got that right, any road.
Is Horace back?
Horace?
Your pigeon.
Not a dicky bird.
Well, I released him and off he went on his merry way.
In the right direction?
Straight down the M602, and I told him to turn left at the end.
I suppose it turned flaming right, didn't it?
What about my bird? Ah. Ah, what do you mean, ah?
He's dead.
Dead? How do you mean he's dead?
You know, dead. Lifeless. Kaput. Zapped.
How did that happen, then?
I don't know. I think he must have had a heart attack or something. I said, come on, Jimmy, your turn to reach for the sky. Not a sound. Not a flutter. And there he was, in his box. Gone to Jesus.
Is he in there now?
Yeah. Do you want to see him? It must have been all that grub you fed him this morning, Mr. Duckworth.
What grub?
That was my way of giving him more energy for race, you see.
There.
He's dead, all right.
Fancy me flipping bird dying on me.
Right, well, that's it, innit? No race, no bet.
Hang about. Now, the bet were the first bird to return to the pigeon cote, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if that's the case, if this is my bird, right? That's the coat, right? Right, it's returned. I've won. OK, Curly?
Well, I suppose strictly according to the rules.
Hey, kid, they're talking about you again.
They'd be dumb if they didn't have me to talk about, wouldn't they?
You said that about a few folk round here, lovey.
You're right there, kid.
Oh, trust you, dear.
Hey, what are you doing back again? I thought you were busy.
Can I have a word, Lynch?
You said half an hour. You've been gone nearly an hour.
There's been complications.
Ask her, go on, ask her.
Ask me what?
It's in your capacity as stakeholder.
Ask her.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, we've had a race, haven't we?
How could... No, it did not. How could we have had a race when neither bird finished and one of them didn't even flaming start?
Mine finished, did it?
Yeah, but it was flaming dead.
Is it back in that coat or not?
Yeah, but it's like that.
Is yours?
Well, no,
Right,
no.
Lynch. I'm claiming that 20 quid then. I've won.
What 20 quid? Hang on, hang on. You're saying that you've won this race with a dead pigeon,
That's just what he is saying. Have you ever heard else of flaming daft?
Fred?
My pigeon died on the way to the start. Young Curly brought it back.
Still dead?
Of course it's still flipping dead. I picked it up and put it in the coat, so I've won.
What happened to your pigeon, Jack? I take it didn't die?
This pigeon didn't show up. It must have met with a lovebird somewhere. Right, Lynch, come on. Have I won or not?
Look, how can he have with a dead bird?
That's ridiculous, love, is that?
Look, Lynch, it's your decision, and we have agreed to abide by it.
You have?
We have.
Well, obviously, a dead bird can't race because it's dead.
No way!
It was all right when it left its coat,
Perfect.
but it was dead when it got back.
As a doornail.
But his got back. Yours didn't.
I tell you, he's met up with a lovebird somewhere.
I might have guessed. Fred's won, hasn't he? Oh, Fred's bird got back and yours didn't. And that's my decision on the facts. And much as I hate it, I shall go and get you your 20 quid.
Well, that's a diabolical decision. That is diabolical.
It's the only decision you can make on the facts, mate.
I'll remember you, fatso. Is it true you moonlight as a tar boy?
Don't get bitter, Ducky.
You have done me, you...
It's me that's been done. 10 of that 20 quid were mine. What you said you were going to buy a Christmas present with.
Shut up, Vera. Have you got no sense? Can't you see your husband's just been ripped off, eh?
It's me that's been ripped off, Jack. Jack!
Come on, let's follow her. Stop her killing him.
Hey, can't we hang on a minute? Oh, 3.
You're evil, you two. Go on.
I hope you're flaming satisfied.
Boy, I'm Lynch, very. Hey, it'll make my Christmas, this. Oh.
Well, you played a blinder there, kid.
I wouldn't have let Fred win. He'd be strutting round like a manager.
Well, I had to be fair, Betty. I mean, strictly on the facts he's won. His bird was first back in that court, dead or alive.
Oh, well. I only hope Mike Baldwin is as fair to me when I ask him for my job back.
Take a sprig of mistletoe with
Oi!
I think what Sharon says, the explanation. I mean, the woman in Bolton's a bad payer. And the moment I said my name was Fairclough, I mean, she slams the phone down like it were red hot.
She probably thought she'd got away with it after all this time. Got away without paying, I mean.
Yes, I think Sharon's right too. I mean, Len did have a lot of bad payers. Yeah, they sent me out collecting once, him and Len. I didn't come back with a penny. I fell for every sob story they give me. I mean, I knew they were all lies, but when they tell you the baby's got bronchitis and they haven't got enough money to buy coal, you know.
Anyway, I'm very glad, Rita, because you've got enough on your plate. Now, have you thought about what you want to do at Christmas? We can have Christmas dinner together if you like, because I'm not going anywhere.
And then you can both come to us on Boxing Day. That's if you don't mind cold turkey and stuffing that's gone rock hard.
You're both very kind. I'll see.
Right, well, I'd better be getting back, or else I might just find Alf crying somewhere in a corner. He gets very emotional round about Christmas time, you know, especially when he looks at all those unsold plum puddings. Ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's been very good, hasn't she? I mean, she's rallied round.
Yes, she has. I won't forget it.
Right, well, I'd better get back to the cabin. See how many admirers Sharon's got there. What are you going to do this afternoon?
I'm going to check it out, aren't I?
Check what out?
Check if the woman in Bolton is a bad payer.
How?
Well, it'll be in Len's job book at Ledger, at Yard.
Rita, I thought you said you were going to drop it.
I never said that.
Oh, Emily, thank you. I really appreciate that, thanks.
Well, I hope they're the sort of cigars you smoke.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they are. They're perfect.
Ernest always liked a cigar at Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember he did like a cigar.
But he never looked right with one somehow.
No, he wasn't really the cigar sort. He was a smashing fella, though. A prince.
Well, I'd better do the wages. You are paying them this week, are you?
Yeah, go on, I'll be generous, as it's Christmas.
Emily, can you spare a minute? Is he busy?
No, not very.
What sort of a mood is he in?
Oh, much improved. A veritable reformed Scrooge.
What shucks and out, isn't it?
You got a minute?
Don't tell me you come to give me my Chrissy Prezi, or is it a joint one from my adoring staff?
No.
What is it then?
Well, I was just thinking. I was a bit hasty the other day, giving me noticing.
I think you were too. There are much worse jobs out there, you know, if you can find them.
I know. So I was wondering, could I take it back? Me notice, I mean.
You want your job back?
Yeah.
Don't think that's a very good idea, Elsie. I mean, from what you said yesterday and what I noticed myself, you're browned off working out there. You're just going through the motions. I mean, I think you'd be much better off finding something else that suited you. Well, suited you a bit more, that is. I'm sure you'll find something.
There's not much point in me coming back after the holidays, then?
No, not really. We're paid up this week and you could go mad over Christmas.
Thank you. Very much.
Rita, I wish you wouldn't. You've got a perfectly good explanation. Why don't you just accept it? I know I would.
There's a Bolton name and address here. Proctor, Dover Close, Bolton. 1 new sink unit, £115. Paid cash. Sharon was wrong, wasn't she? She was a very good payer.
It looks like it. What are you doing?
I'm ringing her up. I want to know why she hung up on me.
Rita, don't.
Hello? Mrs. Proctor? This is Mrs. Fairclough again. I would... Hello? Hello? She's hung up on me again. Why? Why doesn't she want to talk to me?
I don't know, Rita.
Don't forget to check out the Granada Plus website at www.gplus.co.uk. Up next today on Plus, Lust is in the Air in Emmerdale.